It's been 3 weeks since I started my channel now, and I did a video after 3 days to show what limited progress there was, of course, after 3 days. But I thought I'd come back and do another one after 3 weeks and let you guys know how it's going. So in this video I'm going to show you my analytics and how they are slowly growing. I'm going to show you how I got in contact with some established YouTubers and started some conversations with some of them. And I even gained a sub from one of them. I'm going to explain my take on the algorithm up to this point and how that's going and what my views on it are. And I'm going to tell you what I learned and what I'm going to improve in the future. So if you're early in your YouTube journey and you're wondering, are your stats normal? What can you do to improve? How are other people doing? How can you compare to other people? What is the expectation when you first start YouTube? All of these type of things. If you're interested in any of those subjects, stick around for this video, because I'm not only going to tell you my experiences, but I'm also going to give you some tips, hopefully, and some things that I've realised I need to improve or mistakes that I've made so far. So it should be quite valuable to you if you're new. Okay, so let's jump over to YouTube Studio and take a look at some of the analytics. So here we are on the dashboard. You can see I currently have 3 subscribers so far. They are all people I don't know. None of them, well, actually, one of them I do know now. I can tell you a bit about that now, maybe. So I did a video basically poking fun at the algorithm. And in that video, I mentioned some other channels that I respect or that I watch or that maybe are in the same niche as me and would be perhaps videos that I would like to be suggested under, rather than some of the random weird stuff that I was suggested under. You can check this video out up here to see when or what that video was all about.
Sharing my screen with you.
So what I did is, after I'd mentioned them in my video, I decided why not just send out an email and just let people know that I've mentioned them and say thanks for their content and their inspiration and their great channels. And so I did that, and I sent it out to, I can't remember, maybe around 6 maybe of them, and everybody, I believe, replied. And generally it was just thanks for the mention and good luck with your channel, that type of thing, which is nice to have, of course. I understand people are busy and they have no reason to take any time to look at anything I've done or appreciate or care about anything I've done. But one of them did, and I'm not going to say the name or anything now because I don't want you guys to go out and spam their inbox with a load of messages, but I'm sure you wouldn't. You wouldn't, right? No, you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. But she actually got back to me, and with a long email, in fact. And at the time of the email, she wasn't even home, so she took the time to bother to reply to me, and in an extensive way as well. And so that started up a bit of a conversation, and she actually subscribed to the channel and enjoyed the video that I'd made. And so there's been a couple of emails backwards and forwards now, and she actually liked a video I did about CapCut. So she's talking about maybe mentioning me in one of her videos to suggest that people go and watch my CapCut video. That video was okay, I guess. I think the content was good. I had a little bit of a weird sound problem. There was a couple of things, but one of the things I had was the noise cancellation on my mic was on permanently, basically, and I didn't realise. So that actually lowers the sound quality generally, and that was not something, of course, that I wanted, but that was the case. So the audio wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but you live and learn, and I just put it out there anyway, because you can only, I think at the start you just need to put content out there, and if you're giving it your best shot and you made a couple of mistakes, just put it out anyway, don't worry about it. Anyway, so yeah, so that was good. So that person is now one of my subscribers as well, and I think she continues to hit the like on my videos sometimes, so that's great, and very much appreciated, of course. So here we can see my views in the last 28 days. I've got 113 and 8.4 hours of watch time. Let's go into the analytics page. So here we can see my content. The video that has the most views is actually the one where I had a little dig at the algorithm. So the algorithm must have liked my comedy look at it, perhaps. Anyway, go and check that out if you want to, but not until you've watched this video though. Anyway, and my CapCut one's 23. So basically what's happened is pretty much my older videos have done pretty much nothing, as you can see. Let's press see more so we can see everything. Oh, that basically was everything. So you can see here that my older videos have got 3 views, 4 views, 6, and then we got to 9. And now my newer ones, my newest one is actually the one in the middle here with 12. So whatever I'm doing now is working better than what I was doing before. And my view duration's not too bad, actually, over the whole range of the videos. But what really is abysmal, I will go back, let's see. What really is bad is my click-through rate. Now, I have 2 other channels that I've not done anything on. I'll talk about one of those in a minute, but one from way back that has 771 subscribers. That one I haven't touched in years, and that one has something like I think an average of around 5, and some videos are up to almost 10 click-through rate. So to have 0.7 here, I'm not sure exactly what I've done wrong. Could be my thumbnails, which you know, they're not great, especially the first ones. The later ones are getting a little bit better. It's something I'm working on. But the for the click-through rate to be so low, in my video about poking fun at the algorithm, I talked about all the channels that my video has been shown on or under their videos, and yeah, that was really weird videos for my channel, in my opinion, to be recommended under. So yeah, I don't know if it's because of my thumbnails or titles, which I think are okay in general. I've seen a lot worse do a lot better. So yeah, but you know, I'm not saying they're great, they're definitely not. But is it because the algorithm is showing my videos to people who simply aren't interested in these subjects? So it's hard to know at the start, and I think you just got to see. Let's have a look at this little graph here. Look, I've got 5.7 thousand impressions, which is way more than I started with in my first few days, believe me. And that's 76% from YouTube recommending my content, which is not nice of them. But the problem is that I've only got, I've only got 38 impressions from all of that, which, you know, is really bad. So, yeah, don't know really. Is it the algorithm? Is it my thumbnails and titles? Is it a combination of all of them? The only thing I can control in that scenario is my thumbnails and titles. So that's one of the things I'm working on, and I'm actually making a video. I haven't shot it yet. I'll probably do it after this one. I've done some of the footage already. And that's about making thumbnails efficiently and fast using a thumbnail library. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to the channel, check it out when it comes out, which should be maybe this week. I might save it for Tuesday next week. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, growth hasn't been great, and it's been actually slower than my other 2 channels. So I do have some experience, very mild, small amount of experience in this, and it's been much worse than those. So, don't know, really. Just go with it and see what happens. But what you can see from my views up here is that, you know, they started off with my first video, I got 3, and I think those were me, some of them, so they don't really count. And I've got steadily, you know, bad views until my more recent videos, which you can see is the algorithm one there. And then you've got the CapCut, which actually got me the most so far. And then you've got my newest video, which came out yesterday at 3 o'clock, and that one has 12. So, I mean, you can see this graph is flat and doing nothing, and then it has spiked up. And from what I've sort of researched and some examples I've seen of, I saw a video example of somebody who had 2.3 million, I think it was, subscribers, which is a lot. And they do videos about, what would you say, is self-improvement and from a mostly male perspective, also videos about working out and stuff. And they had a clip. I couldn't find it on their actual channel, but I saw a clip of them talking about their analytics. And basically it was like this for not just the first 3 weeks. It was a flat graph for quite some time, and then suddenly their channel just took off. And unfortunately I couldn't find the source material to be able to get all the information on that. But it seems that this is quite a common thing, where you have a flat graph and then it starts to go up, and hopefully in the end these peaks here will look insignificant compared to what happens in the future. That's what I'm hoping anyway. And this click-through rate has been lower. In fact, it was down to like 0.6 or maybe 0.5. So yeah, it's gone up a little, not enough, but I'm working on it. So what I'm trying to say here is that the growth appears often not to be sort of linear progress up and up and up diagonally, but a flat graph of basically a dead area for a long time, and then suddenly, for whatever reason, YouTube finds your audience or a video takes off or whatever it is, then you get a little boost, and you know, you can have flat periods again, but generally the growth is exponential over time. I hope. That's what I've found out anyway, and that's what I've discovered. Let me just turn my phone off because it's pinging at me, and it's going to be super annoying when I'm making this video. There we go. All right, so yeah, we've covered networking, we've covered the stats here. So what have I learned? Well, this is maybe the most valuable part of the video, hopefully. Something I wanted to say, and that's I've tried to shift my mind towards, is that we're all looking for YouTube to reward us with something. You know, we're all looking for subscribers, views, whatever it is, you know, the stats that we find are important. I mean, you know, your click-through rate and your views and that type of thing are really the most important, I guess. But we're all looking for some sort of progress. And we're thinking often that we're putting in a lot of time to this and we're not really seeing anything for it, and it's a complete waste of time maybe, and people will tell you, you know, it's a waste of your time. But I want you to think about if you go and do a hobby, for example. Now, many hobbies could turn into a profession in the end. If you think about, I don't know, fishing, for example, or jiu-jitsu, or anything that you can do, boxing, football, leatherworking, anything that you do could potentially turn into a profession, but it probably won't do that for a long time. And the reason that you do that hobby in the first place should be that you enjoy it, right? So if you go to jiu-jitsu, for example, which many of you may have done, and I have myself, if you turn up there completely new as a white belt, you're unlikely to beat anybody in your first day, and probably not beat anybody maybe in your first few months. So you go there basically and pay money to get battered, and you know, you will see progress in the end. In the end, you'll see. I remember a guy that I fought against a lot, and I helped to train, and he, you know, he couldn't do anything at first. But then after a while, he got to the stage where he could defend what I was trying to do to him. And eventually, of course, he became competition for me over an extended period of time. But it took him a long time to get to that stage. Now, he paid his money, he came to the classes, he lost all the time, and he kept coming back. And in the end, he succeeded and became much better, noticeably better. And so the shift in mindset for me is that, although, you know, we all want to get monetized and all that stuff, great, you know, if you're looking to make this into some sort of business, of course. But the real key thing, I think, is that you need to keep turning up and keep putting in the effort, and losing something, money, time, you know, time with friends, time you would be out doing something else that you might enjoy or whatever. And you've got to see this as some kind of long-term project, as a hobby mindset, but with a professional attitude to it, because I think that's the way we need to think about YouTube. We need to keep turning up, even though it's costing us something, even though it's taken away, we're not seeing results very quickly, and just keep doing it, because in the end, you'll get where you want to be. That's what I believe anyway. And let's see if I can do it. That's the point of this channel, right? To show you guys, hopefully, and inspire you guys to keep going. And I'm in the same situation as you, and I'm trying to put out stuff that helps you with your channel, and your channel may be nothing to do with helping YouTubers. It's probably nothing of the sort. You know, I'm trying to put out stuff to help you, and it's stuff that I'm doing myself, that I am researching. And that brings me on to another subject, which is something you need to think about, is that when you're improving yourself on YouTube in whatever way you are, if you're doing let's say canoeing, and you're trying to learn or do a certain trip, and you're trying to prepare for that trip, it's a long trip, and you need to do some gym work, and you need to do some paddling in different waters and things like that to prepare, and you need to get equipment out and all that stuff. What do you need to take with you? All of these things you're going to have to research and plan before you go and do the thing. And so for me on this channel, I believe that if I'm looking at working out how to do something and I find a decent way of doing it, then I've done the work to discover how that thing works. And so I can share that stuff with you guys. So for example, at the moment I'm working on some videos of speeding up the process for creating content. And doing the research and stuff for them, I can then pass that on to you guys to help you with your journey, so you can fast track it a little bit and get where you want quicker. So one of the things I've also looked at making better is my thumbnails. And I think you can't really see them because they're so small, but if I go to maybe content, you can probably see that they were pretty basic at the start, and this one's a terrible picture and all that sort of stuff. Most of these are, but I've improved that, and now I think this one here is actually from my new thumbnail library pictures. So that's something I've been working on improving, is my thumbnails, because I'm not a designer, and so I've been in Canva sitting there just creating and trying to do them really quick, like just smash out a whole bunch of them quickly, and obviously improve them, but also learn different things, get inspired by different styles, and learn how to do different things. So that's something I've been working on, and I'm going to keep doing going forward. I've brainstormed a whole bunch of new ideas on a Google Sheets document for video ideas going forward. And I've also grabbed the vidIQ browser extension, signed up for a free account basically. And what that does is shows you certain things. So if I'm now on the home page and I look at these videos, I get some little stats popping up, and you can see here that how is the performance of these videos compared to their recent videos. And you can see this one here, for example, is 86 times more successful on this person's channel than his normal average video performance. So that's pretty interesting, and that allows you to go down and look at these things here. You can see these stats here. For example, this is a local newspaper in Sweden, and this one's outperforming the rest of the channel's average content. So technical challenges. There's been a few. I've talked about the noise reduction problem with the mic, and I still haven't decided. Basically, right here, just out of camera shot, I think. Yep, should be. I have the DJI, let me show you. The DJI Mic 2 attached to the camera arm with a hairband. But what it does is it brings it up to my mouth level and allows it to be just off camera. And it's kind of a genius hack, I think. It gets it right in my mouth level. Now, I'm not sure that the sound out of this at this distance in this configuration is the best, but it's super convenient, and I can do this anywhere I go, which is great. I do have a Rode Podcaster out of the shot over there. I've also got a Blue Yeti somewhere, and I've got a Rode Video Mic Pro Plus as well up there. So I have a few mics to use. I haven't decided what the best option for me is yet, but I bought this little arm here. What was this called? Small Rig. It's called a 10-inch arm. This is super configurable. It goes all over the place. But when you undo this, suddenly everything, look, it flaps all over and goes in every direction, and it's really weird, but it's really cool. So I bought that also to help me out with location shooting and, you know, shooting in different environments. I'll see if I can put a link to that maybe in the description, or maybe do a video on it. There's an idea. Anyway, so yeah, lots of stuff, lots of options. Haven't worked out what's best yet. Might go back to using my Rode mic, but it's nice not to have something in front of you the whole time when you're speaking, so that it's not blocking the view. And it seems more natural, I think, to have this configuration where I just talk to the camera instead of the microphone. Did my thumbnail videos, wore a dark coloured top, made sure everything was good, everything was, you know, as good as it can be when you're 47 years old, and then had a big lump of fluff on the white fluff on the jumper. So when I was recording half my thumbnails, I then suddenly saw, oh, okay, better get rid of that. And in fact, it's still in some of them. I'll probably put it in the video to show you how to edit that out in production, in post-production, instead of actually noticing it and throwing it away. Because, you know, problems happen, right? I also uploaded a video accidentally in 1080p when I'd recorded it and edited it in 4K. So I forgot to select the 4K option. So that one also got a comment, I believe, and a like. So then at that stage, after that, I didn't want to take it away when I noticed. So I just left it because stuff happens, right? Whatever. Doesn't matter. You know, it did decent, and it was 1080p rather than 4K. No one cared. Except me. I cared. Quite a lot. So that's some of my technical problems, and I'm sure you guys have come across many of those things in your journey so far. So I've focused more in on this channel now. I have paused my day trading channel for now. It's got 90 something subscribers, 94 I think. Should go and check, shouldn't I, really? Might have another one, or maybe not. But anyway, I paused it because it's too much for me to split my focus between two channels, and I felt like that was taking away a lot from both this channel and my day trading that, to be honest, has also been mostly on hold now because of this YouTube thing. I've been following my routines that I set myself. The key one, I think, of those is getting up at 5 a.m. every morning to work on content. It's pretty hard. A lot of my videos I've done at 5 in the morning. It's pretty hard to sit there and be, you know, energetic and to talk and be enthusiastic at 5 o'clock in the morning when you're dog tired and, you know, you're aware that if you're talking loud, I've got people upstairs asleep. They're not going to appreciate being woken up by me screaming at a camera at 5 in the morning. So, yeah. But, you know, you do what you got to do, right, to get stuff done. Because my kids are on holiday now from school, so they're on summer holidays. I don't get much free time, so I need to take advantage of whatever time I have and maximise that. And that's what I do. My office is not ideal. That's another problem with the configuration I have here, plus my family at the moment. My wife's working from home a lot. My dog's here and my kids are now here as well. So I work in basically what is a small converted storage room, basically, which I've made into a mini studio. The problem with it is it has a window over there that doesn't open. It has a very small vent up on the wall that lets in a minimal amount of air to keep it fresh, but it doesn't really cool the place down. And it's summer now in Sweden, so we haven't had that warm days recently, but we've had a few, and man, is it hot in here if I shut the door. So even that, in the middle of the daytime, I've got people running around outside. I need to shut the door, but I can't survive in here for too long with the door shut because all the electronics going, the lights and everything. Gets pretty warm pretty quick in this room because it's, I don't know, what, 1.5 meters by about 3, I think, something like that. So, yeah, a pretty small space to be working in, but you make the best of what you've got, right? One day I'll build a studio in my garden or something. I hope. And so I think that's, you know, mainly the stuff I've been thinking about. Getting better at editing, getting better at thumbnails, speeding up my workflow, and making videos about the stuff that I'm learning, because if I'm learning it, other people must be trying to learn it too. They must have the same questions. And so if I can help them, that's great. That's exactly what I want to do on this channel. So turned into a bit of a long rant, this video, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've found some value in it. If you have, you know what to do. Hit all those buttons and check out this video up here, which I've talked about a lot in this video. You might want to take a look. So I'll post it up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. See you in the next one. Take care.